Hello pilots and welcome to Season 4 of Flight Academy, brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil. Full format rules and lists are in the description below, and you can see all the lists in the video linked in the top right hand corner of the screen now. Now this is actually a special video for us here at the channel. This is our 300th video on the channel, and joining me for this milestone video we do have...
Hey guys, it's Andy.
Hey Andy, welcome back. Hope you're enjoying it so far and looking forward to this next round.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, we've done a few videos, haven't we, in this session, and it's been fun. Watching them, but also like analysing them as well. But yeah, to be here on game 300 on the channel, that's pretty remarkable.
It's crazy to think how quickly that's gone. And we've got two of some of our earlier players that were there right at the beginning as well, with Fraser and Ben on the table, and we have the TIE Interceptor on the table for the 300th video, which just for me feels right because I love that ship so much. It's just so cool. But they do have a tough challenge.
For sure. Ben always brings a tough game to the table when you're up against him. I can't. But Ben lent me the ships actually for this tournament, so I can't say anything. I can't say anything untoward. Not that there is anything untoward to say anyway. Ben's a good pilot.
I mean, Ben is a good pilot. Is one of the best pilots in our local area, and I always feel when you're flying against him that you're always going to have a bit of a test. But he's never really cocky about it either. He just knows what he's aiming to do and just tries to get on with it, but also have a fun time at the same time. It's just a shame that it's Midnight and Quickdraw that he's brought, because they are just really good ships, and combining them with just absolute brutality. But strangely, one of only two lists out of this season where they are different ships combined. So maybe that's telling us something, that we shouldn't all do duplicate ships? Possibly?
Yeah, I've got a thing for flying duplicate ships, and prior to 2.5, I would quite often just do 4 T7Es or 4 Delta 7Bs, just because it's so much easier to fly when all 4 ships have got the same dials.
Oh, I flew against your 4 T70s and your 4 Delta 7Bs, and they were tough to crack. I mean, the T70s are tough to crack anyway, but 4 of the same ship, because you know exactly what each ship is going to be able to do on the dial. It's so much easier to fly in a formation and just really utilise what they can do. So there is definite merits in that. But I'm really curious to see how these interceptors are going to cope up against the First Order here, because they want to be slippery, but they also want to have their focuses, their evades, to really utilise that. And Midnight's going to try and shut them down. Initiative, sniping them as well, being both I6s, it's going to be really tough.
Yeah, the interceptors, they look, I've not really. I think I've played a few games with them before, but Fraser always looks like he has so much fun flying them, and I think that's such a big part of it, because he's enjoying himself. He's not frightened to try risky maneuvers, and I guess that's the way you have to fly them. You can't be cautious.
Yeah, there's a very fine line with the interceptors. You need to be aggressive but evasive at the same time, because they are the epitome of flanking ships. Obviously, they don't have any shields. They've only got 3 hull. So they take a big hit and they can go down, but they are just so good at being able to get into good positions. I mean, I love the Interceptors. It's one of my favourite ships in the game, and I do really enjoy flying them. So it's nice. I'm really happy that Fraser brought them both to the table. But that is,
I'm not sure that's engagement that favours an Interceptor.
No, that's Second Sister there, who is locked by both Midnight and Quickdraw. And Midnight is a great counter to any form of modification. So no evades, no force, no focus, can't even spend a target lock. And that's a Magpulse Warhead shot from Midnight. So that's going to deplete and that's going to jam as well. It's brutal, that shot. And that does go through because there's a focus there, but Fraser just can't do anything about it because it's Midnight. So there's the evade. Yeah.
That's so... it's really difficult to play against Midnight. When you see the results on the dice and you can't mod them, it's it's such a tease.
In a small game like this, yes. If it's Midnight with like multiple ships against him, it really dilutes that ability. But when it's like one or two ships against Midnight, it is so powerful. But that's a damaged engine on Second Sister as well, which is just ridiculous. And that's Quickdraw shooting in. So, will he spend the target lock? Yeah, spends the target lock. He really wants to double down there. Second Sister can use her force this time if she needs it, though. Which she doesn't there. She gets the evades this time round. And I obviously do note there is a disarm token behind Second Sister. It should be a deplete, not a disarm. So Second Sister can shoot off of a Magpulse Warhead. They're not that good. I mean, they're brutal. They're not that brutal. And Volt is actually using his ability, so he can basically take a strain to gain a charge, and then when he engages, he can actually spend that charge to do an action. So focus into auto thruster barrel roll.
Oh, is that going to give him a range-free shot, potentially?
It's going to be so close if it is a range 3 shot, and if it is, it's going to be through that
gas cloud.
Yeah. Because he's now stressing himself out to do that as well. Oh, easy range 3. What are we on about?
That's good. Yeah, because he pulled himself to the back of the template, and I thought, he's changed his mind. But no, he's in. That was a good eye. And a good shot.
That's 3 going in, and I think that is that 1 shield? No. Laughed it off. Absolutely laughed it off. I mean, a TIE fighter with 2 shields as well. That's just rude. And now we have the reduced firepower of Second Sister. Still getting 2 hits though. Well, hitting a crit, that's not bad. All the evades there for Ben.
Oh, those dice were hot on both sides.
Another thing that's really good about Magpulse Warheads there is that if Fraser had taken the focus on Second Sister to hope to shoot prockets, the Magpulse Warheads would turn off prockets. So it would jam that focus away. Suddenly, you lose that awesome shot as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of value, isn't there, in the Magpulse Warheads?
Yeah.
Combined with Midnight's ship ability as well, it's
it's just very good. Like these 2 ships they're good ships for a reason. I mean, they're I6, which is pretty handy, but they just have some great abilities. I mean, I love Quickdraw. Like the double tapping with Quickdraw is great. Oh, extreme maneuvers here from Second Sister. That
Oh,
slots
nice.
in nicely. Going defensive as well. 3 maneuvers in, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if she... With Quickdraw's position, might catch Quickdraw if she's done a 1 hard. Bit of an awkward position there. Generally don't know if a barrel roll in will work. Oh, we'll find out. Well, it lands it.
I'm guessing both of Ben's are going to the right. I mean, Midnight could be going straight forward, but...
Midnight's going straight forward. Midnight's K-10.
Oh.
That is unfortunate. And there is the proud tradition focus. Yeah. That is incredibly unfortunate for Fraser there. If he hadn't done that barrel roll, he would not be in arc right now. I'm now incredibly curious as to what Quickdraw's doing, whether a 2 bank fits in there or whether Quickdraw's just doing a 1 hard. Or a mix of the both and doing a 1 bank.
Oh, he's got the front arc there.
Yeah,
I was wondering whether he would have missed both the arcs.
No.
I was thinking.
I mean, he could always barrel roll to the left and be right in front of Volt and just go full ham on him, but
Well, Volt's also stressed, and leaving Quickdraw there is sort of a block, I suppose, for the next turn.
Yeah. So, I mean, is that the lock he's taking there? Yeah, he's taking the lock. I don't blame him.
Yeah, I suppose
Good choice.
Where Quickdraw is there, he doesn't mind getting shot out, does he?
Yeah,
ability and...
yeah. She does like taking at least 1 shield. I mean, I think that would be probably enough to... I mean, potentially 3 shots into... Oh, that is 1 going through. Because can't spend the evade because the lock... And it's a... Oh, it's another Magpulse Warhead as well.
Oh, yeah.
Deplete, lose stabilizer. Oh my god. Other than a direct hit or hull breach, they are the 2 worst criticals to get on an Inceptor. Your hard turns are harder, and you can't turn. I mean, well, that's going to be... three, so... Fraser needs a perfect roll here. And that's not a perfect roll. That's that is second sister down.
Ouch.
When you mess with those FOs, it's just not going to go well for you. At least Volt gets a chance to... Volt now has actually a really nice shot at Quickdraw because Quickdraw can't use her ability. Only the 1.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, as you say, you want to chunk some of those shields off in that position, don't you?
Yep. Spend the elusive. Well, gets 1 shield off at least. I mean, that would have been an ideal position to try and get as many off as possible just to really get rid of Quickdraw's ability, but this is a tough spot to be in. Quickdraw can sloop round, Midnight can slow roll, Volt's got to go first. This is not a position I'd want to be in.
Oh.
Oh, and Volt bumps as well.
Oh, okay. I was expecting him to go the other way and perhaps disengage.
There is a good I think there is a potential argument for that. And we'll see if that's what Ben thought when Midnight moves as well. If Midnight moves towards that side of the board, you'll know he thought the Vault was going to disengage. But
yeah,
knowing Fraser's playstyle, he does tend to go. He doesn't often disengage. But that's exactly what I was expecting from Quickdraw. And because of Pattern Analyzer and Proud Tradition, it's just so many, like, it's just the most efficient thing you'll ever see.
That's a lot of action economy, isn't it?
Yeah.
To a red maneuver.
Oh, there we go, yeah. So Ben just sort of pointed out he expected Volt to go the other way. So I'm assuming he was hoping to do a 2 forward barrel roll across to try and catch Volt out. Or possibly 2 forward stay there and Volt had gone 2 bank to ship right and then round again. Got the evades there that time. Fire control coming in handy again. 3 hits onto Volt. Just... Oh, there's all the evades.
Oh, wow.
The sister wishes she had earlier. That's amazing. That's intense. She's in arc.
Oh, that was fortunate.
But nothing. I was unfortunate there. All of the luck went into the green dice.
I'm sure he's happy to to not take the damage.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to be... I think he'd prefer to not take any damage, not cause a double hit from Quickdraw. I mean, it would have been interesting to see if Fraser's dice could have handled 3 shots.
Yeah, and I guess with the Interceptor, it's not the kind of ship that you can trade chunk for chunk, especially not against Quickdraw.
No, the Interceptor is definitely not a joust ship. This is a get in round the side, punch you as hard as possible, get out and come back in. It's not like a B-Wing that's happy to stay in the fight for quite a while, or even Quickdraw with all those shields. Here's another example of Quickdraw being super scary.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Just gonna rotate that dial. Focus rotate. They've just absolutely nailed down this Interceptor. So that's more evades there from Volt, from Midnight. 2 hits and a crit, I think I see there. Spending the evade.
Wow.
Those green dice are just doing really well.
They're not going to hold up forever.
No, but again, the red dice just not doing what they need to do.
No, that's unfortunate.
I mean, I know Fraser would have loved to keep that evade for Duke if he'd have got some hits in, but there we go. There's the disengage.
That's the trouble with Duke, isn't it? It's if you're getting shot at before you shoot, it's always that, oh, do I spend it? Do I save it?
There are some ships where Duke just works really well because they have the ability to get that evade outside of having to do action. So N1 Starfighters, for instance, the Defenders, when they've got their standard ship ability, the Phantoms, when they're decloaking the evade. So if they're able to get an evade without having to actually use another action, or they can have an evade and a focus, it's going to work out better.
Yeah, because it's an expensive upgrade, isn't it? You need to get as much value as you can.
6 points, I believe it is, which is good, but it can be tricky. Just keeping those arcs in on Volt is gonna. Oh, did that sneak range 1 in there? No, range 2. Not spending the entire lot, wants to keep that, keep him shut down. To use Quickdraw's target lock, I think you do. I think you do, yeah. You want to try and get all that all those hits in.
Sure.
Spend the focus 2 going through.
I guess Ben will be quite mindful of the clock at this point, and he's going to want to get all the damage done he can.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a good lead, and he's half point at Volt as well, so he's got the 8-point lead. The win is pretty much in the bag. It's as to whether he really wants to push for that extra point by taking Volt out. And it's just those red dice have been not doing well. I mean, that's a shield off Midnight. The green dice have done really well for Volt, but the red dice have just betrayed so badly.
And he's rolled a lot of green dice, actually. I think that Midnight's had a shot every engagement, hasn't he, since the initial salvo?
Midnight has just been able to keep. In fact, both of them since Second Sister went down, Midnight and Quickdraw have had Volt in their arc the entire time. It'll be tough for Midnight to keep. Maybe if he does a 1 hard here, but going defensive. I mean, the time is done. We know that Ben has now won. It's all as to whether he's going to take that final point off and get the full 5 points, or if he's going to. Fraser manages to use Volt's ability to just get out of dodge there. Guns on again.
Ouch. I don't think I don't know. Are those green dice going to continue?
Yeah. Will they survive this? Yep, more evade there. Range 1 from Quickdraw though. Has a target lock. Three hits. These were those really nice black dice, it's hard to see. And
wow.
Volt Scaris does survive. Really worked those green dice hard there to survive that, I'm not going to lie. But well played from Ben to keep Volt, as soon as he became the target, to keep double guns on for the entire game as soon as Second Sister went down. That in itself is impressive, and that's obviously why he got the win there. Really well done from Ben.
Absolutely, and I think the way it looked like the way Fraser wanted to play was, kind of 1 in, 1 out, and then when you lose a ship in this kind of matchup, it's very difficult to arc dodge.
Very much so. But anyway, Andy, thank you very much for joining me for that game.
It's been great. Thanks for having me.
And guys, yep, that's our 300th video done. We're still going to have plenty more videos for you guys, so don't worry, we're not going anywhere anytime soon. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.